So I'm gonna try to get this video done before I go to bed. My cat is acting crazy, so hopefully she doesn't interrupt too much. So I just wanted to come on and, I'm reading the Bible tonight and kind of just soaking in, all that I read. And I don't think we take into consideration enough to think that the people of the Bible dealt with some of the very issues and things that we ourselves do today. And so I think if more people understood that and knew that, maybe they would venture into the word a little bit. So anyway, so I was reading tonight in First Samuel, and it was Hannah. Hannah was married, and back in the day, men were permitted to have multiple wives. And, I know there's people today that live like this. You ever seen the show Sister Wives? Like some of the drama that they have to go through. Child, that couldn't be me. But anyway, okay, so Hannah was married, and her husband had another wife. So Hannah was barren, and God had closed her womb. But the other wife, she had multiple kids. It just says she had boys and girls, whatever. So, but this woman would provoke her and like irritate her and cause her to like cry and cause her anguish, you know. And I was thinking about it like, dang, just the pettiness that we can carry within us, and how, don't act like you ain't never been petty in your life, or that you ain't never had to deal with no catty women on your job or in your life at all, I'm sure we've all dealt with stuff like that. But this woman would provoke her and basically taunt her and criticize her, in a sense, I guess, or shame her, or whatever you want to call it, because of what her desire was, which was she wanted a child and she couldn't have him. And so this lady was basically, in my eyes, mean to her, nasty to her about it. Or I don't know if we would say it was nasty, but yeah, anything that would cause you to like taunt someone or try to hurt somebody's feelings because of something that you yourself have that they don't, and it makes you feel better than, maybe, I don't know. So anyway, just the pettiness of that situation, right? So we see pettiness all the time, or like I said, you've probably been petty yourself at one point or have dealt with petty people, right? So anyway, but what caught my attention too was like year after year, this thing in Hannah that troubled her, not being able to conceive. It said year after year when her husband would go and give sacrifices, and worship the Lord, he would, it just said year after year. So, but that means year after year, she was dealing with this issue. Year after year, she was carrying this burden or this worry within her. And it says she, continued to pray to God. But at one point she poured out her heart to the Lord, and she was no longer downcasted, and she actually ate, because earlier on it just states, she would weep and she would cry because she was being provoked or irritated by this other woman, and it would cause her to not eat and be basically depressed, so there's a particular time, and it doesn't say what year, but year after year she went, and finally one year was like she poured her heart out to the Lord. And to me, I took that as whatever was troubling her, whatever she was carrying, and I wouldn't say trying to control, but maybe trying to control. It's like that year specifically, she finally let go. She finally let it all go, let the worry of it go, and just gave it to God, because then she could eat, and then she was no longer saddened by it. So it just makes me think as women, how we have this capacity and this ability, to carry so much, but also, what's that thing that's troubling you or has been troubling you that you just continue to carry around, and you think about, you desire it in your heart, and it still just hasn't happened. It hasn't come yet. And at one point, when will we let it go? So she finally lets go. But I feel like that's a testimony. You know, I've thought about some of the things in my own life where, you know, I've carried things around. I've thought about it. I've rolled it over in my mind multiple times. You know, how can I fix it? How can I change it? How can I do, you know, trying to take control of the situation a little bit or figure it out. And then sometimes that just causes more confusion. You don't understand why it's not happening yet, why this hasn't taken place, this desire that I have in me, you know. But at what point do we let it go? And women, we are so resilient. And I'll just say this, we can carry a lot. We can grieve through a lot of stuff. We can deal with things. But when we're done, we're done. And I can appreciate that about a woman, because at that point, there's no turning back. So you could cry, you can mourn, you can grieve, you can do this all from weeks and months and years. And then finally, at some point, whatever it took for that breakthrough to come that God knew it was going to take, you're finally done. So I believe at this moment, Hannah was finally done. No longer am I going to concern myself with this issue. No longer am I going to worry about this issue. God, I'm finally going to trust you in what it is that I desire, what it is that I believe you for. So these women deal with, and we're dealing with, some of the same things that we as women today deal with and go through, you know. So find yourself in the Bible. You know, read those stories and apply that to your own life. How does it affect you? How do you see yourself in the text? So whatever's troubling you, whatever you've been rolling over in your mind, let it go. Finally, let it go and just trust God. It will come in his timing, because once she did that, that very thing that she desired, it finally came into fruition. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys tonight. I hope you have a fantastic Friday, and I will talk to you soon. Like, share, and subscribe. It's your girl, Glow. Peace.